Okay, another type of tissue is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue has a lot of things going on in it. But really, all I want you to know on nervous tissue is, one, it's found in the nervous system. So you'll have brain and spinal cord. That's nervous tissue. And the main cell you're going to have to know is a neuron. That's only three things I want you to know about the nervous system is brain and spinal cord are nervous tissue. And then know that this is their cell, the neuron. Like the bone had osteocytes, cartilage had chondrocytes. The nervous system has neurons. Neurons. That's all I want you to know about that for right now. Because we'll have, God, there's like 3 chapters over the nervous system, so don't worry. We'll get into it in depth. Muscle tissue. Muscle tissue we will get into very in depth when we do the muscle system coming up in the next 3 more chapters or so. So for this, you do want to know there are 3 different types. Skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. Let's talk about skeletal first. This is what you normally think about as muscle, because that's the muscle that you see. It's attached to your skeleton. It moves the bones. We have 2 different types. We have striated. Let me see if they get into your pictures. No. They have striated, and they do show these in the book on page 64. So we have striated. And you can see a good little picture on 64. They're giving you a microscopic picture of the bicep. And you can see how it kind of has lines in it going down it. And when you look at it in the microscope, it really does look like that. It's striated. As well as it is voluntary. So I have control over skeletal muscle. So I'm sitting here, my brain says, okay, let's raise our left hand. You raise your left hand. It doesn't do it all on its own. We control everything we want it to do. Exactly. So with smooth muscle, there's no striation. You can see it on the very bottom of 64. You don't see any lines going down through it. Smooth lacks the striation, and it is involuntary. So this is going to be like your organs. You don't want to have to sit here after eating a cheeseburger and think about, okay, churn, stomach, churn, pulsate and turn this into, some type of soupy kind. No, you don't need to think about that. As well as the muscles in the lungs that are helping us to inflate and deflate, we don't want to have to think about, okay, inhale, exhale. And then I need to be thinking about these 3 different types of muscle tissue. No, you don't need to be worrying about any of that stuff. So smooth, think organs. And we have no control over it. Smooth, no control. Cardiac, it has intercalated disc. So if you're looking on that page 64, it kind of looks like our skeletal muscle with the striations in it. But it's not. These are little discs in between that are going to help with our impulse or electrical impulses in that heart. So it actually is self-exciting. It can control its rhythm all by itself. So the heart can live without the brain, but the brain can't live without the heart. So again, the heart will still beat without the brain. That's why those patients that are considered brain dead, their heart will still beat. And that's why we can go ahead and take those organs. So it's self-exciting. And when we talk about cardiac system, we'll learn about it.
Are they still like up and running?
No. No. They're just out, like they're sleeping. They don't do anything. Yeah. You have no brain function. You have a brain stem that's functioning. Now you can't live with but a higher level of thinking that makes Maddie mad. Okay, so it it is definitely involuntary. We don't want to be thinking about, oh crap, I forgot to beat. You know, I got concentrating on this quiz and I forgot to tell my heart to beat. No, so it is definitely involuntary. The only voluntary one is our skeletal muscle, telling it what to do. Skeletal muscle, they have multiple nuclei because we need lots of energy, doing lots of movement with it. And then you can see on cardiac, it as well has multiple nuclei in the smooth. We have one in it. Don't stress about that stuff, though. What is the most widespread and varied tissue in the body? Which one was it that we have more of this tissue than any other tissue? Connective tissue. We have it everywhere because, my gosh, all kinds of things fall under that category of connective tissue. You know, you have the cartilage. We have dense and loose connective tissue. We have blood. We have bones. All that fall underneath there. So we have lots of it. All right, let's look at tissue repair, and then we'll come back to membranes. So, tissue